All right, and just like that, everyone, it is time. Let's go ahead and get ourselves all warmed up. We have those total body extensions, knee huggers, side lunges, and those hip rotations. So let's go ahead and get ourselves fired up in a three, two, a one. For today's workout, it is a leg day today. Everybody's favorite day of the week. Not my favorite day. But we have AMRAP style as well. If you're unfamiliar with the AMRAP, stands for, it is try to get as many rounds as possible through these exercises. So you'll be giving a given time to try to go through every single one. They all have given reps, so you try to go through that list of exercises as many times as you can within that given period. We do have three groups of AMRAPs. Each one of them will be 3.5 minutes. And the magic number for each of the exercises will be 10, either 10 total or 10 on each side on that. And also in between each one of the AMRAP groups, you will get a 15-second breather in between. We're going to go through all three groups, and then we're going to go through all three groups again, and then we'll finish it up, go into our stretches. For the first AMRAP, we're going to start up with those wide outs. So this one, these are similar to your pop squats, but except when you go with those 2 feet together, you're gonna get into that squat with that as well. You're gonna do 10 total, so 5 with the wide and 5 with the narrow on those ones. You can also stay low into that squat position, just like Teresa's doing right there, if you want to get that little extra burn with those legs. Otherwise, you can also do speed skaters as well instead. And then our next exercise, once you finish those 10 reps on that, you're going to go into those cross balance lunges. To make sure for the depth wise, you want to keep get that back foot as far deep as you can to make sure that front knee does not go in front of those toes. And for width wise, you can go as wide as you want. Just make sure that knee still stays aligned with that toe. You're gonna do 5 on one side, 5 on the other, or you can just keep alternating between the two. Just make sure you get 5 on both sides with those. Otherwise, you can go into your twists. Our next exercise would be our touchdown squats. So this one, you're gonna touch down on the ground. Make sure you keep that chest high, and you're gonna hop up at the top with a little kind of like a jump squat at the top. Make sure you keep that chest high at all times. Otherwise, if the impact's too much for you with those, you can keep those arms extended above your head. You can also incorporate some weights, just like Teresa's doing right there. Keep those arms nice and straight above your head. Keep that chest high, weight on those heels, and try to go as deep as you can into that squat. Otherwise, you can also do total body extensions. Next up, you're going to go into those donkey kicks. So this one is 10 on each side instead. So this one, quadruped position, and you're aiming for your heel up to the ceiling with those ones. Squeeze those glutes up at the top. Try to keep that knee about 90 degrees, 10 on one, and then 10 on the other side as well. And then once you finish those, you're going to go into those narrow squats. Just like I said, magic number is 10. So this one, you're going to have your feet about 3 to 6 inches apart with this. Keep your chest high, weight on those heels. Try to go as deep, just like Teresa's going, deep, nice and deep into those squats. Like she says, try to get those elbows to get as close to those knees as possible on those. But also don't drop that the chest. Otherwise, you can also do cross country skiers instead. And then we're gonna go into our second AMRAP. Starts up with those sumo squats. So those ones you have your feet nice and wide apart, toes pointed out. Let's keep that chest nice and high. You use that wide stance, but if you start to cave those knees in, you can start to narrow that stance a little bit to make sure those knees do not cave in and get those 10 squats. Otherwise, you can do cross body mountain climbers instead. Next exercise will be that glute bridge with a leg raise. It'll be 10 total, so 5 on each side with those ones. So this one, you're going to hold that glute bridge at the top, so keep that hip nice and high. And you're going to do that one leg raise on one leg. So you're just bringing that leg up and down, keep that leg nice and straight. 5 reps on one side, and then you're going to go 5 reps on the other. Just make sure you're always keeping that hip up at all times when you're doing those leg raises. And then we're going to go into those shifting side lunges. 10 total of these ones, so 5 on each side. So this one, you want to go into a nice wide stance, so you can get into a nice deep side lunge. You're going to stay nice and low into that side lunge as you're just shifting your weight side to side with those ones. You're going to go 5 on one side and 5 on the other side. Just switch sides. Keep alternating between each side, just like Teresa's doing right there. And stay nice and low with those. Try to get those knees 90 degrees. Otherwise, you can also do Heisman's instead. Next exercise would be those hydrants. Is 10 each side. So this one, keep that knee about 90 degrees. Squeeze those glutes up at the top. You're going to do 10 on one side, and then you're going to do 10 on the other. Make sure you keep that quadruped position as well. Wrist right below those shoulders, and keep those knees bent 90 degrees for those. And then next up will be those power skips. So this one, keep that back leg out, and then you're going to drive that knee up. You're going to get a little hop at the top, as Teresa is doing right there, or you can also just go to your tippy toes. You do 10 on one, and then 10 on the other. And of course, you'll go back to the top after that. Final group starts up with those stationary lunges on the right side. So this one, you're just going straight up and down in that lunge position. Make sure you're not locking those knees up at the top. You're keeping that chest forward on those, and you're getting that back knee as close to the ground as possible. Otherwise, you can do high knees instead. After that, you're going to go into those glute bridges, 10 total, either two with your both heels on the ground, or you can do it with one legged out. Do 5 on one leg and then 5 on the other. Just make sure you're getting those shoulder blades off the ground and squeezing those glutes at the top. And then you're going to go into that stationary lunge on the left side. Same thing like the right side. You're just switching legs on this one. That's going forward and back. And then they're going to, otherwise you can do lateral fast feet instead of those. And then next up will be those straight leg deadlifts. So this one, you're going to use heavy weights with this one or your weighted bag at home. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. You're hinging at the hip, pushing those hips back. Make sure those shoulders do not round forward as you go deep into those. And you also don't need to touch the ground completely with those deadlifts. Just go as far as your range of motion will allow you to go. And then the final exercise in this one of all the exercises would be those speed squats. Just gonna go deep into those squats. Remember, they are speed squats. You don't need to come up about 100%, maybe about 95%. You want to focus more on your depth on this one. So get those 10 speed squats. Otherwise, you can do side shuffles instead. Real quick, I have one quick announcement. I want to congratulate Cheryl on being 600 sessions strong. Awesome job. You'll get you a picture. You set out. Awesome job, everybody. Let's get ready for our leg day today. Starting up with our first group with those wide outs. So everybody get ready. We're going to get this Wednesday leg day started in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Let's go. And we're going into that wide squat. And as you go narrow, you're going into a squat as well. You're doing 5 of each of those for 10 a total of those. Once you finish those wide outs, just like Teresa's going to do right now, you're going to go into those cross balance lunges. And everyone to go nice. And you're going to have that depth when there. Make sure that back leg goes as far deep as you can to make sure that front knee does not go in front of those toes. You can do 5 on one side, 5 on the other. You can also alternate between each leg as you get those reps. Once you finish those cross balance lunges, you're going to go into those touchdown squats. Remember, you can also do those twists instead of those cross balance lunges also as well. All right, so remember, on those touchdown squats, you're touching the ground, and then you're going to hop at the top just like Teresa's doing perfectly right there with that form. Remember, you're going to also keep those arms extended above your head, nice and straight, doing those regular squats that way as well. Once you finish those touchdown squats, you're going to go into those donkey kicks. Remember, be in that quadruped position. Squeeze those glutes at the top. You're aiming that heel to the ceiling with those. Oh, nice job keeping up with those touchdown squats, everyone. How are we doing at home? Oh, we got total body extensions. Getting into those donkey kicks. Awesome job. Keep it up, everybody. Once you finish those donkey kicks, you will go into those narrow squats. Remember, on those donkey kicks, you're aiming those heels to the ceiling, squeezing those glutes at the top. Remember, 10 each side with those. Awesome job, everyone. Remember, you want to work at your own pace. Keep getting those reps. Remember, after those donkey kicks, Teresa's going right into those narrow squats. Remember, feet 3 to 6 inches apart with those narrow squats. Keep that chest high weight on those heels. You've got this, everybody. All right, so already got those wideouts going on at home. Back to the top already. Keep it up. Of course, you can also do those speed skaters instead of those wideouts, just like Teresa's doing right there. Cover that distance with those feet. Keep those knees nice and soft. Remember, after you finish those wideouts or those speed skaters, going back to those cross-balance lunges. Or you can also do twists, just like Teresa's doing right there. Take the legs out of it, work that core. We have less than a minute left with this AMRAP. Keep it up, everybody. Keep working through that list of exercises. Get your reps. Remember, the magic number is 10 with each of these. I'm loving everybody working at their own pace, but you're all getting the right reps, and that's the most important part. Form over speed. That's what you want to work on. Get your reps. Make sure you're filling those muscles. We're down to our final 30 seconds of this first AMRAP. Get those reps, finish up those exercises, and make sure every single one of those reps counts, of course. We got glute bridges. We got those donkey kicks. We got those cross balance lunges. We have total body extensions going. Loving everybody's hard work today. Less than 10 seconds. Get those last reps. Make them count. And of course, instead of doing those narrow squats, you can do those cross-country skiers, just like Shirley doing. You have 2, 1. All right. First AMRAP's completed. Going to the next group, going into those sumo squats. Remember, feet nice pointed out. We're going to get started. Remember, hold that weight goblet style with the bag or your dumbbells when you get started in a 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Remember, that magic number is 10. Keep those toes pointed out. You can have a wide stance if you want with those sumo squats, but if you start to feel those knees start to cave in, just narrow that stance a little bit and make sure your knees are nice aligned with those toes. Once you finish those sumo squats, you're gonna go into those glute bridges with that leg raise. Remember, 5 on each side with those leg raises. Keep those hips up in that glute bridge position, and you're just raising that one leg. 5 reps on one leg, 5 reps on the other. You got this. Give it up after you finish those glute bridges with the leg raises, going to those shifting side lunges, just like Teresa's doing right there. Remember, stay nice and low into that side lunge as you shift your weight side to side. 5 on each side. Don't drop that chest. And then once you finish those, just like Teresa's doing right there, you're going to go into those hydrants, quadruped position. You're squeezing it out with those glutes. Leave those knees about 90 degrees. If you do have dumbbells, you can hold them in the increase between right behind your knee. It'll help you get a little extra resistance on those reps. You've got this, everybody. Once you finish those hydrants, you're gonna go into those power skips. We're gonna put that 1 foot back, drive that knee up. You can go hop at the top, or you can go to your tippy toes. Your choice. Make sure it is 10 on each side with this one. So 10 on one leg and then 10 on the other. Give it up, everybody. You got this. You're absolutely going to crush this leg day today. Let's all dominate. Less than 90 seconds with this one. Remember, after you finish those power skips, 10 on each side, you're going back to the top to those sumo squats. Or you could also do those cross-body mountain climbers instead, just like Teresa's doing right there. But this one, you do 10 on each side instead. And then after you finish those sumo squats, you go back into the glute bridge. Remember, that side, that leg raise. Hold that glute bridge up and then raise that leg. 5 on one side, 5 on the other. Yep, everybody at home, I see you. Keep getting those reps. Work through that list. Remember, focus on your form, not your speed. Get those reps. Oh, we got power skips going at home. Awesome form, Diane. Keep it up, everybody. You've got this. After you finish those leg raises, you will go back into those shifting weight side lunges. If you do lose your place, remember, you can always just follow Teresa and start from there and keep moving on from there. You can do those Heismans instead of those shifting weight side lunges if you need to. If you are doing those shifting weight side lunges, stay nice and low as you go side to side. And then after those Heismans or shifting weight side lunges, you can go into those hydrants. Just make sure you're squeezing your glutes. Feeling everybody on those reps. Already done with our second AMRAP, everybody. Are you ready for the third one? Starting up with that stationary lunge on the right side. Remember, 10 reps. You're just going straight up and down in those lunges. When we get started in 3, 2, 1, let's go. And we're gonna also do high knees instead. Give it up, remember, straight up and down in those stationary lunges. Once you finish those 10 reps, you're gonna go into those glute bridges, 10 total, or 5 on each one of those legs. Just keep it up. How are we doing at home? It looks like we're all into that. We got stationary lunges. People are going into those glute bridges. After you finish those 10 total glute bridges, you're gonna go to the other leg with those stationary lunges on the left side, the best side. Remember, we can also do those lateral fast feet instead of those stationary lunges. Awesome glute bridges. Make sure you're getting your shoulder blades off the ground on those glute bridges, everybody. And also in those stationary lunges, going straight up and down. Don't lock those knees up at the top. Once you finish those stationary lunges, on the left side, you're going to that straight leg deadlift, just like Teresa's doing right there. You can grab your heavy weights or you can use your weighted bag. Just make sure you do not round those shoulders. Awesome job, everybody. We are absolutely crushing this leg day. Once you finish those stationary lunges, you're going to go into those speed squats. Keep that chest high. Get nice and deep into that squat. You don't need to come up all the way up. But you want to go nice and deep into those squats. You want to engage all those leg muscles. And then once you finish those speed squats, you're going to go back to the top to those stationary lunges, or you can do those high knees just like Teresa just finished right there. Keep it up, keep it up. Fight for yourself, fight through that burning sensation. Remember, our Fit Body Focus message of the week is, if not today, when? If not today is the day that you start really pushing yourself and really challenging your limits, when? It should be today. Get up, everybody. Stay at your own pace. Remember, again, if you do lose your spot, start off where Teresa's at and then move up from there. Loving these speed squats, loving these glute bridges. Real, you've got this. Way to go, everybody. Make sure that you're squeezing your muscles, getting that full range of motion in each one of those reps. You can also do that single leg loop, or straight leg deadlift, just like Teresa's doing right there. If you want to, you can do 5 on each side, or 10 each side of those. And then after that, you're gonna go into those side shuffles. Remember, it's really speed squats. We can also do those side shuffles. Keep those knees nice and bent if you're doing those side shuffles, which is nice and soft. Work through the motion already down to less than 30 seconds with this third AMRAP, everyone. Keep moving. Get those reps. How many more exercises can you get in? How many more reps do you have? Make sure that form is perfect, everybody. Keep it up. We've got this. Oh, we got those side shuffles going on at home. Nice job. Give it up in less than 10 seconds. We're actually down to 3, 2, 1. We're going to go back to the first group, starting up with those wideouts. Remember, these are those similar ones that are similar to those pop squats. Do that regular squat and then that narrow squat. 10 total. Gonna get this started in a 3, 2, 1. Let's go. If you want that challenge, you can do it like Teresa's doing, and staying in that squatted position at all times. Or you can also do those speed skaters instead. And then after you finish those wideouts, you're gonna go into those cross balance lunges. Just make sure you get 5 on each leg, whether you're alternating or doing 5 on one side and 5 on the other. And you can also do those twists instead of those cross balance lunges instead. You can work that core. Just keep it up, everybody. We are absolutely crushing it. Leg day is your favorite day of the week. And we're gonna dominate. After you finish those cross balance lunges, you're going into those touchdown squats, just like Teresa's doing right there. You're gonna touch that ground, extend those arms up above your head as you hop up at the top out of that squat. And then you go into those donkey kicks, 10 on each side. Way to go, everybody. Now we've got our list ready. I'm sure we're all now familiar with the exercises. We know what we're doing. We know what's coming up next after we finish that exercise. Now it's just up to you getting that form. Finish up that list as many times as possible within the given time period you have left. After those donkey kicks, you will go into those narrow squats. We're about 3 to 6 inches apart with those feet. Make sure those feet are close together. You're going deep into those squats. Remember, the deeper you go into your squats, the more you engage those glutes and those leg muscles, and the less pressure you'll put on those knees. Way to go, everybody. Loving their depth in these squats. We are working hard today on this Wednesday morning. We are ready for Turkey Day tomorrow. We have about 90 seconds left with this first group. Remember, after this AMRAP group, you're going to be done after these 90 seconds with this one, and you'll move on to the next group. So let's work hard today. Make sure you get the most out of each one of these exercises. There we go. We have speed skaters. We got those twists going here at the gym. We got those squats. Everybody at home. Let me see you work hard. Oh, we got cross balance lunges. Perfect form, Debbie. Nice. Loving that full extension in those total body extensions. Let's just keep working, everyone. Already down to less than 45 seconds of this first group. Before you know it, you're going to be done with this one. So utilize that time. Get every rep you can get within these seconds. Remember, if you need to do those cross-country skiers instead of those narrow squats, you can do it just like Teresa's doing right there. Fully extend those arms out, clench those fists. I hope you're feeling that burn in those legs, everybody, because that means you're working hard. Less than 10 seconds, and then you're done with this first group. We're down to 3, 2, 1. All right, on to the second. Starting up with those sumo squats. Grab your weights or your weighted bag. Remember, hold it goblet style, help you get more range of motion. Keep those toes pointed out. We'll get this started in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Keep that chest high. Try to get those hips at least down to knee level. That's what really work those muscles. I know we're feeling that burn in those legs, but this is when these reps really start to count. Once you finish those sumo squats, you're gonna go into that glute bridge with the leg raise. Remember, doing 5 on each side with those legs. Remember, hold that glute bridge up at the top, and you're just raising that leg up, straight up and down. Keep that leg nice and straight. Flex those ankles. 5 on one side, 5 on the other. And once you finish those glute bridges with the leg raises, you're going to get into that wide stance to go into those shifting side lunges. And then otherwise, you can also do Heisman instead of those shifting side lunges as well. Just make sure when you're doing those shifting side lunges, you're keeping your chest up like Teresa's doing perfect right there. You're not dropping your chest. You want your chest forward and not towards the ground. And you're just shifting your weight side to side as you stay nice and low into that side lunge. And after you finish those, you're going to go into those hydrants. This one will be 10 on each side. Keep those knees about 90 degrees. Flex those leg muscles, those glutes. Keep that form tight, everyone. Remember, you don't need to move extremely fast, but you just need to get those reps. Awesome job. Already have Georgia into those power skips. Or drive those knees after those hydrants. You will get into those power skips. Just drive those knees up. Get that hop at the top. There we go, everybody. Loving this. Remember, after you finish those power skips, you're going to go back to the top and do those sumo squats. And you can also do crossbody mountain climbers instead of those sumo squats, just like Teresa's doing right there. Just keep it up, keep working hard. Because remember, before you know it, these exercises, these 3.5 minutes go by super fast. So you want to always work as hard as you can, get those reps. Everybody doing this workout a little bit later today. I still can see you. So make sure you're getting those perfect reps and you're working at that strong pace, finishing up those exercises, getting through that list as many times as you possibly can. There we go. We got shifting side lunges. Keep it up with those leg raises in that glute bridge position. Make sure you're keeping those hips off the ground when you're doing those glute bridge leg raises. We're down to our final 30 seconds of this second AMRAP group. Just like I said, these things go super fast. Before you know it, you're going to be done with this group. So utilize that time you have. And make sure you get every rep you can get. You're working for every single second, not leaving a single rep or second behind. Less than 10 seconds. Hit those last reps. We're down to 2, 3, 2. Get that last rep in. Nice job. Final AMRAP group starting up with those stationary lunges on the right side. Remember to going straight up and down in that side lunge position, that stationary lunge position. We'll get started in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Final group. We should make this the best group of the day. Let's make this final AMRAP the best AMRAP. Final 3.5 minutes is going to be the best. You got this. Stay strong. Stay focused. You are the warrior. You can fight through that burning sensation. Once you finish those stationary lunges, going to those glute bridges, either with both heels on the mat or on the platform, or one leg at a time. Remember, if you're doing one leg, you do 5 on each side. And then once you finish those glute bridges, you go into the stationary lunge in your left side. You're going straight up and down into that stationary lunge. Remember, you can also do those lateral fast feet instead of that exercise. Make sure in those glute bridges, getting those shoulder blades off the ground too. Once you finish those stationary lunges on the left side, you're going to go into that straight leg deadlift. Keep it up. Remember, on those straight leg deadlifts, make sure you're not rounding those shoulders. You're trying to get as much depth as you can, hinging at the hip. Once you finish those deadlifts, you're going to go into those speed squats. Remember, everybody, 10 is that magic number with each of these exercises. Remember, when you're doing those speed squats, you're going deep into those squats. You're not coming all the way up, about 95%. Once you're going to go back to the top, you go stationary lunges on the right side, or you can do the high knees just like Teresa just did. She just finished those extremely fast. And then you're going to go into those glute bridges. Keep it up, everybody. How we doing at home? Are we crushing it today? Are we embracing that burning sensation? Are we working hard for our reps? Are we working on our goals? Remember, focus on yourself. Think about what you're trying to achieve. Think about getting to that next level. And remember why you do these workouts. You always do these to better yourself. So let's all better ourselves today. Build that lean muscle, get stronger, and also get better at our reps too. We're down to less than a minute left of this whole workout, everyone. These minutes go by fast. These seconds go by fast. You only get so much time to put your heart out on this floor, and it should be this time. Keep it up, everybody. Loving these stationary lunges. Remember, on those glute bridges, you're trying to get those glutes, squeeze those glutes at the top, getting those shoulder blades off the mat, off the floor. Less than 30 seconds. That finish line is right in front of your eyes. Let's all win today on this leg day. We are so close, everybody. We're down to our final 10 seconds. Get those last reps. Make them count, because we're going to finish this leg day strong in 3, 2, 1. Awesome job, everybody. Way to go. Let's get into our stretches, starting up with that extended lunge. Teresa's already in that extended lunge, running about 90 degrees. Push those hips and those glutes forward. Squeeze those muscles if you want to get a little extra stretch. If you can also extend those arms above your head if you want, but as long as you're squeezing those glutes, push those hips forward, this should be perfect. Take a nice deep breath. Inhale through your nose, and as you exhale, you can deepen out that stretch. But once you're ready, you can go ahead and switch sides. Don't forget, if you're doing the workout tomorrow, the equipment you will need is to just print out a sheet again, and then also a medicine ball or a pillow, and then a weighted bag. It's optional for that one. I remember this workout and watch the video. Make sure you watch the video. And of course, don't forget, it is at 8:45 a.m. Tomorrow for the live session. Yeah, there's a lot of video going on for the 8:45. So just make sure you watch the video, everybody. Also, word of the day. I gotta give you guys the word of the day. Word of the day today is boom shakalaka. That is a word of the day. Boom shakalaka. I think it's like 2 words, but let's see you all spell that one out for your coaches. And of course, today is the last day to do the holiday Beat Teresa challenge. So go and sign up. Remember, you can get a teammate. You're gonna work on beating Teresa, getting those results for the holidays. Otherwise, awesome job, everybody. You guys are air fives, air elbows, air knuckles. Hope you all have a great rest of your day. And if I don't see you, yeah, happy Thanksgiving. If you don't see you guys tomorrow, we all have a great Thanksgiving. But if you are coming into the gym, we're doing a live session. Look forward to seeing you all there. Otherwise, y'all have a great day. Awesome leg day, everybody. Way to go.